Hey gardeners, Amy here with Garden Up. Today I'm going to be spraying to prevent yellow jackets and wasps from nesting in inconvenient places. So a lot of people generally consider yellow jackets, wasps, and hornets to be pests, and we wage war on them with sprays and traps and all kinds of things. And I want to tell you today that that is rather unnecessary. For one thing, we need to remember that yellow jackets and hornets, most of them, not Asian hornets, but most of our hornets and wasps are actually native and beneficial in a lot of ways. They help control other species of insects. They eat pest insects that'll eat your vegetables, like aphids and other things that you really don't want. And they also do pollinate, although not as efficiently as other pollinators like honeybees and butterflies and whatnot, but they do pollinate some things. And so they are technically beneficials, even though they can be real jerks and sting for no reason. So we have to take our own safety into account, but we can still be safe and live in harmony with these less than friendly neighbors. And so today I'm going to show you how I do that while I keep my own family and my crew and everybody that's on my property safe from yellow jackets without killing them outright. And so I do that by spraying a preventative. So all I put in my spray bottle is a healthy dose of peppermint extract or peppermint oil, a little bit more expensive if you use a nice essential oil, but it'll be even more effective. But extract, this was like $3 for this whole bottle, and you know, I might use half of it for this because I'm going to use the better part of a sprayer. I want a good strong smelling peppermint because peppermint is one of the best natural insect repellents I have ever discovered, I've ever found. Every place that I spray peppermint, no insects will be for quite a while, including wasps, and they're the ones that I'm really after, is the yellow jackets and the wasps and the mean guys, right? And then I put a little bit of dish soap in just to make it stick. And timing is the most important part of this particular exercise, because what I'm currently spraying to prevent is the queens from nesting. It's currently the beginning of April. I'm actually on the ball and doing this on time this year. You want to do it just as temperatures are starting to warm, because right now is when the queens are starting to emerge from their hibernation and they're going to be out and about looking for a place to nest. And they're looking for a place that's covered and sheltered and, you know, it doesn't have activity all over the place. Things like under the eaves of your house, or maybe in your kids' playhouse, or inside your garden shed. Those are really friendly places for them. Those are real welcoming places for a wasp queen to make her nest so that she can lay her eggs and hatch her brood. But those are not places that I want them to nest. What I'm going to do is mix this up and then spray on all the places where I don't want them to nest. Usually, unfortunately, I'm usually late with this most years, so I'm on the ball this year, yay. But my sign of when to do it is when I see the first nest. And so that's usually, I end up killing one nest, typically. So try to do it before you actually see any nests. But I will spray in the doors, under the eaves, all around my house, especially around my doors and windows, and then in my kids' playhouse. And then I'm also going to spray, if I have any left, I'll spray around my compost bins, and just places that I tend to be in general, because I don't want them putting a nest, you know, in a place where I'm going to be walking past every day. So, without further ado, let's get started. This is a 2-gallon sprayer. I filled it with just over a gallon of water. It's right here, the water line, so it's just over a gallon. I'm going to put quite a bit of peppermint extract in here. I want it to be good and strong. I used 1 bottle. And the soap will make it stick. Just a little bit. 1 healthy squeeze per gallon is plenty. You have to give it a good shake, get everything mixed together. The soap also helps to mix the oil into the water, the extract, because it is still an oil. And then you use a pressure sprayer, you just pump it up. I'm also going to go in my shed because they always nest in there. Especially love to nest on the doors here. Several here in the last couple of years, so we'll spray that spot again. also try to get all up in the ceiling because they really like to nest up there. And here's a spot where they would love to nest right here inside these real estate posts, all up in this. These are support posts for trees when we plant trees. We don't usually use them, but I certainly don't want to come grab one and then get stung by a wasp or have any of my workers get stung. So this area, I wouldn't worry too much about the eaves, except that we do like to open our windows in the summer. This is right over a flower bed. I don't want to be working in this flower bed and then get stung by a wasp who's pissed because I'm too close to his house. Right around the door. Most important place, right around your door. Don't want wasps nesting right over. I'm gonna get right under these window boxes. So one more note on this. I've been doing this for the last several years, and since I started spraying peppermint, I have never had a wasp nest where I sprayed the peppermint. There'll be other places, and I'm fine with that. It's just in the places where I don't want them, and that's why I'm doing this now. Now what this won't do is it won't stop pollinators from coming and pollinating your vegetables. And the reason why is because by the time the pollinators have come, this will have washed off. So like later summer, if a mid-year queen emerges from the yellow jacket nest that's in your tree, you might get more yellow jackets, but for right now you won't get any of the spring ones, and those are the ones that make the real problems later because they get huge by summer. Thanks for watching that video, guys. If you learned something and you liked it, please let me know by hitting the thumbs up button below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe for more gardening content like this. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you in the garden.